The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
So far. I know you will try your best. That's quite difficult to be honest.
Okay, Jurgen, first of all, obviously,
No.
first chance we had to speak to you since the sale of Philip Coutinho. I just wonder, why was the decision reached to sell him at this stage of the season? And also with the speculation even that you could try for someone like Alexis Sanchez. You're actively looking to replace him in this window with either Sanchez or somebody else?
I only have one question, because you put everything in one. Wow. Do you want to start with Alexis Sanchez? I don't think you want. Okay, what was the start of the question about? It was about Phil Coutinho, right?
Why and how the decision taken at this stage?
Because there was no other option. That's, I would say, it's a pretty easy answer. We had, so if, it's always like this, I don't know exactly how the reaction have been after that, and if there's somebody maybe who should be angry, massively disappointed, whatever, in this case, then it could be the manager of the club, the players leaving, and I'm not. Because I know we tried absolutely everything. The club tried everything to convince Phil to stay here and go the way, carry on going the way together with us, stuff like that. It was, and it's exactly like everybody knows. Meanwhile, it was his dream, and it's the truth when I say he left Liverpool only for one club, and it was Barcelona. And now there was a moment when we really had to accept that, and that's club was fighting until the last second, if you want, and tried really everything, and that's the case. And then there was a moment when I knew when it will come up again in this transfer window. It came up massively, that it will be then very difficult. If we say what we could have done, of course, look, there's your contract and you have to stay here, to use him as a player in the second part of the season. So, and that's a decision I have to make then at one point. Does it make sense? I think we can use him still? He can help us still? And to be honest, it was 100% clear, no chance. He was not ready to do that anymore. He did fantastic in the first part of the season after things we had to deal with in the summer transfer window. He did fantastic in the first part of the season. The team did fantastic, because it's never easy. It's so quite, you can, if you are a little bit different, and you can talk about this all the time, and even Phil did not only fantastic games in the first part of the season or fantastic sessions, stuff like that, but the team did really brilliant with that, with how the whole club did, and Phil himself. But it was clear, that's over now, we cannot do that anymore, and so we made that decision. That's it.
And in terms of replacing him, Sanchez, as I said, a big leg, but it needs to be, if we do something, then it needs to be the right decisions, and we don't have to replace him in this. We have to, what we have to do, and it's, we have to step up. We have to. We will have 11 players, so, and we played fantastic football without Phil. I don't want to sound disrespectful, because I really liked him. He was 5 years here. He was here since I came in. He was always in the dressing room. That's how it is. You miss a person. If you won't miss it, then something would have been wrong in the time when you were together. That's how it is. I'm sure he was missing us. Maybe he doesn't realize in the moment when everything is new there, but it's 100% clear. And so we only have to carry on. And we had, how I said, fantastic games with him and not that good games with him. Played good without and not that good with him. So that's always
We all know that. So that's the situation. We are already used to it. It's now pretty much a week ago, and that's how it is. And replacement, that was the question. If first of all we have to replace him internal, but we have go with open eyes through this transfer window. You can imagine, but will not make crazy things. So that's how it is. Right before expensive.
Last transfer one from me. I just wonder, it's just to check really, is there any chance that Cape Field could be brought forward? There's a lot of speculation that it could, that talks have even begun with Leipzig. What's your understanding of the situation there?
My understanding is there's nothing to say about. So that's how it is. So when we had this conversation around the Phil Coutinho thing, and I said there's nothing to say about because that's how it is, and I will not start doing that now in another transfer thing. So he's a player of Leipzig. That's what I know, and it will be in the summer here. That's what I know as well, and all the rest, nothing to say about.
So we can't talk about a big game. And is Salah fit for Sunday? And I just wonder as well, how would you compare what Salah's doing for Liverpool with what Raheem Sterling's doing for Manchester City this season?
Wow. I always want to. You can compare it. I watched Mo Salah much more often, even I saw him a few times playing, and he's doing really well, to be honest. Fantastically well, like Sané is doing, like De Bruyne and Silva are doing, like Fernandinho is doing, Aguero and Jesus. So, and you can go through the whole team. They're obviously not a bad season. So, but if nothing happens in this moment, Mo's back. He is training completely normal. What's good, and so that's of course very important for us. Yes, and it's a big game, 100%. We played there a few months ago. It was for me one of the stranger games in my life. That I really thought, wow, we were really good in the game. Slightly better side, slightly better chances. Open game, both teams not fantastically defending, but both on the front foot. Nice game, yeah. And then we had the red card, and that obviously changed the game. And maybe for Man City the season after that, that was they didn't do too bad before that, but after that was like, we are really good. So in a football way, I think we should try to clarify something that they play a fantastic season. Well, our season is not too bad, but in a game like this, you need to show that you can cause them problems, more problems than other teams can do, stuff like that, make their life difficult, and try to win. It's Anfield. That's another thing what we should show, and really looking forward to the game, to be honest.
The last time that we spoke, in terms of Virgil, I think you'd had a minimal time on the training pitch, and you'd walked through various ways and things of doing things. You've had a bit more time with him now, in the sunshine as well. So what have you managed to do now with Virgil that you haven't had a chance to do previously?
Not everything, because it's even that is too short. That's why other players have a preseason. So what they are doing, but I think the Everton game showed already that he's should be. It's a doable job to adapt him to the rest of the team. It was quite impressive. Come on, you have to say that was a really good game against Everton, and I was not sure before the game, but it was easy to say afterwards. I was very sure. Just well done, but that doesn't mean it's not to do too much with the City game. City game is a completely different game, and the team thinks, the team tactics should be as tuned as possible, and I didn't make a decision so far if he is ready for that, but in the long term for sure. In the short term, I don't know, but the good thing is all the other three boys are in a really good shape. So that in this moment, as if nothing happens, nothing else happens, then I should sleep okay, think about that problem.
So you're expecting him obviously to be a bit busier maybe than he was in the last match, I suppose.
Maybe. Hopefully not. That would be a really good game. The centre half, that's not a big job to do. Then obviously our pressing is nice, and I take that.
Sorry, is this about learning who maybe your best partnerships are, or do we all have to understand that it might not be Virgil starts every game with somebody else? It might be that Dejan and Joel start games and.
Yeah, that's still possible. And Ragnar Klavan, who is in a fantastic shape. So
he's not guaranteed to start every match, I think, essentially, is what I'm maybe.
Yes, that's not guaranteed, but that's no problem, and he should not. Even Virgil van Dijk should not play 60 games a season or stuff like that. No, that will never happen. All good.
Michael?
Jurgen, it's been a good first half of the season for Liverpool. It's been an incredible one for Manchester City. What's it going to take for Liverpool to get near that sort of standard?
The biggest strength of Manchester City is their tactical discipline, to be honest. What they do, and they do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. That's how it is. Offensive tactics, plus defensive counter-pressing, stuff like that. But when you see they do fantastic. But the good thing is it's not completely unpredictable. So positions are clear. The only problem is they have on each position and a world-class player can do the best he can on this position. But it's not like the ball is here, the next second is there or something like that. So you can defend it, of course, but it's really difficult. So, but that's their biggest strength. And obviously we, on a good day, we have a really good level. But we had a few days when we didn't do that with the same consistency again and again and again. So tried different things, maybe not that convinced about the things, had not the confidence. That's why I said until the City game, I think we were pretty much level. I don't know exactly anymore, but maybe they had a few points more or not, but pretty much. And after that game, we struggled a little bit, and City didn't. Obviously, they used the momentum, and we suffered a little bit. So we got 5 and lost the player and stuff like that early in the season. We lost Sadio, and Phil was not really in or not fit 100%. Plus, Ox was not here, so it was a different situation. But since we found our way, I think it's not that they then made 500 points and be minus 70. So, but it's only what they do on an incredible high level, and that's really strong. Silva and David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne now having Ilkay Gündogan to give one or the other a rest. That's quality. And so and obviously they enjoy what they're doing, and they have the confidence what you have when you are 16 points up or so. So that makes them quite a nice football team.
You touched on it briefly before, but how much optimism or confidence can you take from the game against City early on this season? Despite the scoreline, Liverpool went toe-to-toe with the best team in the country and were as good as them.
Yeah, but it's long ago. But of course, we know that's possible. It's all must come all together. It's only one information what I have, and really, I think in sports that's why you play twice against each other. So sometimes you get the opportunity to put the things right. So and yes, that was not a nice day in that season, to be honest. And so to try to draw another picture. That I think that would make really sense. It will be one part of our motivation. But if that's the only one, then we don't have a chance anyway. And that's the thing. It's just what can I say? It's just interesting. It's just interesting to play against them. They play really good, and if you don't respect that, I think each team respects it. Then you have a problem. If you then are not brave in the things you do, then you have another problem. So you need to really show up in a game like this. Otherwise, if you try to react a little bit on what they do and stuff like this, then you will lose. That's how it is. Or they shoot own goals, but we maybe should not hope for that. And that's then the only possibility. So really, we need to show up. That's how it is.
Sorry to bring back the transfer window again, but there's been a suggestion today that Liverpool might consider letting Daniel Sturridge leave in January. What would your response be?
That's part of the transfer window, so I will not have nothing to say about that. So that's how it is. So we will see. Until 31st of January, there are a lot of things can happen in the transfer window. So and probably you will know, especially if it's about other clubs, you will know earlier than I will. But yeah, nothing to say. So we will see. Not only with Daniel or whatever. No, we will see with all the things what can happen in the transfer window. Is back in training. That's healthy. And on the way to be fit again. That's clear.
Any others that have been injured about
Hendo is in this moment out on the pitch and is training. Looks good. He wears football boots. That's always a good sign. But was not in team training so far. Alberto Moreno was in team training yesterday, the first full session. Yeah. Our city is a little bit early, but after that he should be ready. Who else? Sorry? Yeah.
saying it's too early from weekends too early for Alberto?
Yeah, if nothing happens, then it should be. Then he needs time to have proper training now. Of course, the boys do meanwhile really a lot in all their rehab, all the rehab situations. We bring them a little bit, if we have time, we bring them a little bit later in team training that they can do a little bit more of the specific physical work. But then still, it's they need time to adapt to the intensity of a football game. But looks really good. Cool.
Adam, anything from you? No? Glenn, Mel? No? Our colleagues from ESPN Brazil?
It's Washington.
Oh, it's possible.
Thanks a lot. Do you think it's possible to make a parallel between now and your Borussia times? You lost some players for Bayern, but you kept fighting for titles, you kept winning titles. Like the messages, it's impossible to research the market natural flow, but you can keep fighting.
I don't know if we can compare it. We lost plenty of players at Dortmund, to be honest. So, and that at the end, maybe we couldn't deal with that much, that good anymore at the end. But one player was never a problem, to be honest. If somebody wants to know that, I'm not sure if anybody wants to know it. But best player of the season in 2011 in Germany was Nuri Sahin. He left the club after that season. So to be honest, it was not a coincidence that he was the best player of the season. He played an outstanding season, and the replacement was İlkay Gündoğan, and he needed half a year to make any game for Borussia Dortmund. It was not that he came in and succeeded immediately. Things like this happen, you never can compare it, but as how I said, it's normal in the business. You lose player, we buy a player, you bring players in, and you always need to react. It's all about the atmosphere in the club. It's all about, if there's on Sunday a free kick, for example, from 18 yards or 20 yards, and anybody in the stadium is thinking, Phil, that would be quite... I don't have a lot of English words for that, so not too cool. Let me say it like this. So and the team will not. So maybe the team in the first moment think, okay, not here, so we have to take. We will have solutions for that, but that's 100%. So if it's all how it is always with the past, use it. Don't suffer because of it. That's how it is. So, and that's what I always did. And I said, I like Phil. He was a fantastic player, his behavior. And I said to him, after I don't know which game, when we had a little talk on the pitch, I said to him, chapeau, what a character. That's true. But he still wanted to leave. That's how it is. And now he's there, and we are still here. And there's nothing to compare. It's only to deal with the situation. And this club in the past, especially, I think, had a few situations when how I understood it from distance, suffered a little bit too much. I thought, wow, how can we deal with that? Like Sterling, I don't know. He made another decision and made a decision for another club, like Suarez, stuff like this. So really, it's a normal thing, and we have only to make the best of it, and that it's easy because we have still fantastic players here, And if we have difficulties, we don't, in the next few games, we don't have them because Phil is not here anymore. We have them because we have difficulties. That's all.
Anything else? You happy? Super. Okay, thank you guys.
Before you go, could you sign? It's just the BBC.
It's a contract.
In the Northwest. To Natalie, Natalie. Happy 50th birthday.
Good.